This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session up to where we have used studies. So we have seen where and all Python is used, right? Like Python is being used to develop standalone applications. I already explained like calculator kind of thing example or not. So second one is web applications. This one also I already explained this thing. So database application, all these things I explained. So next concept is Python is interpreted and explained. Next is keywords in Python. So what is meant by keyword means in every programming language, we what are the keywords is there? It is having some inbuilt function. So those keywords we can use as a variables. For example, how to check that and what are the keywords for this Python is. So for that, just go to the content or whatever it will be. So just type py or Python, whatever it may be. Py, first we will import that keyword will be okay. Import keyword.
Excuse me, Anil.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Your voice is some more breaking. Yeah, we are not able to hear properly. Some noise coming background.
What kind of sound we are getting?
This, like that.
Maybe now can you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
right.
now. Thank you.
Thank you. So here first for getting the keywords present in Python, first what we need to do is we need to import the keyword module. Okay. To import space keyword. So what are the keywords is? So keyword dot keyword list. Okay. Keyword list. If you type this one, these are all the keywords what are the things present in Python. So these keywords we can't use as a variables and all. Right? Suppose here I'm having false, null, true, and all these things. Right? Normally x equal to 10 and okay, there is no issue in that one. Right? So if I use false as the keyword here, okay, false equal to something I'm just passing, so false equal to some data I'm passing. So it is showing that can't assign to false. Sorry. So why because means we are seeing this issue means this is a already predefined keyword. We can't use that one as a variable. Okay. Even if you take any other variable also like try put 90 and try. If here also it is given the error, syntax error, invalid syntax. So why because means these are all the keywords. You can't use it as a variable. Any variable you can take it here. So if equal to if if equal to zero output. So here also the same thing, right? So we can't use the keywords as a variables. So one of the keywords is these are the keywords. So how we can use these keywords means let's see how we do. These are here keywords we are seeing this one also, right? So then coming to so which and all the keywords comes under flow control, exception handling, class, functions and methods, variable, object, and module, membership, building constants, large one. So so coming to flow control means if else conditions you know I think. So in all the programming language if else conditions will be there. Like right, while loop will be there, break condition will be there, continue will be there. Okay, all these are the common keywords in all the programming language. Okay, quite written. So these are only the extra keywords which are present in Python, like yield and pass. Okay, for the exception, all the things are same, like try, except. Now also it is coming up.
Yes, sir. It is not. Your audio is not clear, sir.
Now,
Now it is clear, sir.
maybe the network issue. I'm not sure. So like this, these are all the keywords present in Python. So what is the use of these keywords? Means we can use that keywords as a here. So suppose here I am just going to create one folder. Just I am creating one folder type Python space. You are whenever the session started, right? For you, John that plus I just created one folder for it. Okay. Under that I am creating one file. Okay. So here what I am doing is keyword transfer keywords introduction. Okay. I'm using keywords introduction not keyword. I'm just keeping one file name. Okay. So here also I'm doing the same import test keyword. Okay. Keyword dot. We need to use print statement here. While because this is not an interactive mode, right? So keyword dot keyword list. Okay. So now if I run that one, so now if I run that thing, you can see the what are the keywords present in Python. So see here, the same thing what we have seen here also in the interactive mode. Here also we are doing the file also. Okay. What is the difference between interactive and file mode means? So interactive means line by line execution. We are checking line by line execution. But here we are saying that one into one file, like .py file, right? If you open ideally also the same thing. So ideally will be there. Okay, and it's okay. So here you are using import text keyword. Okay. So this is line by line execution. Okay. So this is line by line. So this is known as interactive mode. Okay. Line by line, whether the keyword is correct, the syntax is correct or not, we are checking. Suppose I'm giving keyword. Okay. Instead of keyword, I'm giving that one. So I'm trying to print this one. Okay. Now see, it will throw the error. Name keyword is not present defined. So here itself it is throwing the error. But in the file concept, how it will show is here and just need to create one file. Okay, go to file, create new file. Okay, so here the same thing, import keyword print out keyword dot keyword list. Okay, so now I need to save that particular file save as. So in which location do you want to save that particular file? So I'm just going to that location. This is the location I'm using here. The path I need to give this path I need to delete. Okay. If I go to that particular path. So here I'm using keywords keywords.p something. Okay. So now if I go to run, click on run module, you will see the output here. See here. So that is the difference between interactive mode and file mode. So interactive mode line by line execution, but coming to file mode, we are running 1,000 lines of file at a time. Okay. So if suppose here I am using this line error. Okay. Now if I run that one, here also it will throw the same error. The keyword is not present, something like that. Name keyword is not present. So like that we can run in any ways, any number of times. Okay. So this is the basic concept of keywords. So then coming to what is the use of these keywords means, suppose here, so this is the keywords, right? So what is the use of this one means, suppose I need to find true and true, something like that. These are all the keywords is there. First I need to find, so what is the use of this false keyword? Okay. So suppose here I am doing x equal to 1 right now. X equal to 1 or num1 equal to num1 equal to 1 I am taking. Okay. Here what I am doing is condition I am taking. So if num1 not equal to 1. Okay, print of this something. I will explain it what is the thing. It is something. Now we just repeat some data. Yeah,
Sir, variable name is num1, sir.
yeah, correct. That is one. Yeah, I will check it once. I will show you that one. Error I will show you. Don't worry about that. There is there is due to the what we can call it as the extensions will be there, right? So due to that extensions, it is showing up different things. So these are the extensions I installed in that particular Python debugger. So that is the reason you are showing seeing all these issues previously. Okay, I will show you that one. So number is not equal to 1. Okay, so it's not I'm looking here, just I'm looking. So what is the issue? Let me log this on the head. Sorry, it is a parking issue. I'm just writing something data. Okay. So number is equal to I will do something. So here and just 1. Okay. Now tell me what is the output you will get by using such condition. I'm just using these conditions now. So first what it will take num1 equal to 1. If number not equal to 1, that is num1 value is already 1 is there. 1 not equal to 1. So here the condition will fail, right? So directly it will come to else block and it will print this content, right? So this is the first if condition how we can use it that one. So if condition you are seeing, right? Like keyword in the keywords you are seeing if also, like right? So here you are seeing if condition. So like that we can use the if and also else block also we are seeing else also keyword is there. So that keyword we can use like this. Okay. So this is the thing how we can use if else condition. And one more is false also is there. Right? So where we can use that one false. So suppose if you take then you can take that one false. Boolean value I'm writing. Okay. Like false equal to some value and okay. So print out. And then explain what is. So see here, syntax error can't assign to false. Again the same thing. This is the variable I'm taking. So that is the reason it is throwing the error. If I change even single letter that one, it will work. So now we get the output. And false is not defined. That is false is there in the one. 1 second. In the keyword whether it is there. Keyword you can check it out. So we can't use the false also one value for that. So like this. So if you change even one single letter, then you won't see that issue. Define variable. Suppose here I am passing that false one equal to 4. Then what it will do. So now we can see that one. So right now, false one equal to 4 I have declared, and then I'm just assigning that variable to this value. Okay, false one value I am assigning. Then I'm just printing this value I need to get to print of false. So that is the reason we are getting false condition here, right? So like that we can use all the things. So if you go to this document, here if you open this one, like you come down. Okay. So there will be uses kind of thing. We just open that one, or we can use that keyword setup. So these are the like the same thing whatever I explained. I see. Okay. So we are importing the keyword and then printing that one, right? Description of keywords in Python with examples. So when we can use that, when we are getting that one as a true and false and all like that. So suppose here what I'm doing is now, so here I'm giving 2 double equal to 2. Okay, I'm just checking the condition 2 double equal to 2. Okay, so here you can put it print statement. Normally if I run that one, nothing will get the output after that false, right? So nothing is there. We are not printing any data. Suppose here I'm using print statement for that one. Okay, at the end I'm using print statement. Now you can see the output as true also. Suppose here I'm printing. So here I'm checking something. I'm just putting some content here. Whether two values are equal or not. So now you can see after printing this statement, you can get the output as a true also. So see here, we are getting here. I'm checking two values are equal or not, and then we are getting true. So true is also there in the keywords, right? So that is the reason we are getting true here. If suppose I want to get the false condition here, so then what I can do? Print off 2 not equal to 2. I'm putting now 2 is not equal to 2. So here the checking condition will be there, and then you will get the output as false also. See here, you are getting the false also here, right? In the same way, so false, true is there, none I need to get. So where I can use that none statement is for that one I need to use def conditions. So def of sum of a comma b, some parameters I am passing here, okay, and then indentation you can count as again it is started. Sorry. Okay. So here I am using, instead of return statement, I am using print statement. Okay. So A into B I am doing. Okay. So don't worry about all these things. I will explain one by one. But the keywords, how we can use it as simple examples, I am just explaining. Okay. So don't worry about all these things. So I am just using sum of 1 comma 2 here. So if you run that one, nothing you will get the output after false statement. See here, you won't get any outputs. We are getting true. Okay, but the thing is I didn't get none value right here. So what I can do for that printing that one is, so suppose here again I'm printing the same thing, print of sum of 3 comma 5. Okay, now you can see that one. So you will get the output as 50 and then none also. Okay, let's see how it will get it. 1 second. So here you can see that after 15, you are calling this particular function, right? So it is taking a equal to 3 and b equal to 5. So it is printing print of a into b. That is 3 into 5 is 15, and then it will return back the output to the particular file. So that is the reason you are getting none here. So none also is there here, right? In the keywords, none is also there. So that's how we can use the none keyword also here. Okay, and as is there. So when we can use as function is, we have already seen modules, right? Already previously we have seen modules. So how we can use that one? So import space, this file name is there. So this file I need to access now in this file. Okay, from this file I need to access this file. So import keywords. Import keyword underscore. I need to import so python.keyword. Okay, in that data functions will be there, right? So I need to find what are the methods present in that one also. We can check it. So dir function. Import keyword underscore keywords. Sorry, yeah, keywords. Okay. Now if I check that one, what are the keyword direct, what are the values present in that? Then you can see that one. Now what do you mean? Keyword underscore Python. Okay. This file name is there. I can check it. Copy inside file explorer. This file name I will which location before keywords. What is the location here? Okay, sorry. This file has to be inside of that one. I can keep this inside that one. Then we can access that one. So now if I access those things, now see you won't see that issue. I need this one now. So now you are seeing there is no issue on that one. Why? Because means in the directory itself, all the files are there, so that I can access those keywords. So import space, this file name I have access keywords underscore Python. This file is there, right? So I need to access that elements and I need to check what are the values present in that one. Okay. Now you can see. So you can see these are all the elements present in that particular file. If you go to that particular file, the keywords underscore Python file. So keywords underscore Python file, right? So if you see here, lot of elements what I have declared in that one, like import keyword, print of keyword dot keyword is, and one function I have created, and in some values all these are printing. So that is the reason it is showing up. Sum is also there. Num1 you can check it once. So num1 there is not num1. You see here, num1 equal to 100, num2 equal to 200. So that is the reason it is showing up num1 also here, right? So and also some global methods also I have used. Okay. So now we can access those values from here, right? So what I'm doing is now print off keywords underscore Python dot what are the values it will show up now. So what are the values present in that one? It will show up. So here something is there. I can access this element anything like underscore. I need to find the file name. Okay, instead of file name, I can find I print that file name. You can check it out. So see here, that is a file name it is printing now. After the keywords, it is printing all the things. After that, you are seeing that file name also. Okay. So instead for that understanding purpose, I will just keep some string statement here. So printing file name. Okay. File name location. Okay. To understand the purpose. So after that, you can see that location. Okay. So see here, you are printing file name location, and then you are getting the whole path. So keyword underscore file name, what it will give is that file name. What is the file name of that particular thing? It will just drop the output. So what is the file name we are having? Keyword underscore Python.py file. If you see this one, so this is the keywords underscore introduction 1.py. But what is the thing we have used previously? So this is the thing. I am just importing this particular file, but I am printing this particular file. So that is the reason. So keywords.python file. I am just printing this file name here. I just imported that one from the some other location. Okay. So this is the thing. And one more is keywords Python. Let anything is there. So you can use this one function. Yeah. Then I can print that one also. So print a keywords dot keywords underscore Python dot sum more. So some function is there here. So here two parameters I have to pass. Some 23 and 45 some values I am just passing. So where it will go, some function means so it will go to this here. So add function is there. But here some function is not there. So that is the reason you need to get the error now. Okay. I'm just trying to get the sum function now, right? You need to get the error. That sum function is not like that. You need to get the error here. So sum function is there. Okay. So here we already defined that sum function also here. So that is the reason you are getting that output. Okay. So if suppose I am using sum1 here, okay, that is not there, you'll get the error here. Let's see. So see here, attribute error, module, keywords Python has no attribute sum1. Okay. So that is the reason you are facing that issue also. Sometimes you need to try that cases also, whether that particular variable you can accessing or not. Okay. One more time I'm trying. So print of keywords dot keywords underscore Python dot. So what are the functions is present now? Okay, check it. So sum is there and addition function is also there. So I am calling this particular function now. Okay. So avoid function I am calling. So now I need to get that output also. So here, as Python is an interpreter language, so we are using still the sum one only. So that is the reason it won't go to the next line, right? So it will throw the error here itself. So that is the reason I'm just commenting that particular line for getting the output as of now. Okay, just see here now we get out. So you are getting the output as none here, right? After printing that particular file name also, you are getting the error. So what is the reason is, so here I'm calling that particular function. So directly, whenever I'm clicking control plus and then function name, so it is showing us that what is the function it is calling up. Like it is calling that add function and then a equal to 1, b equal to 2, c equal to a plus b and something like that. So I'm just clicking on that one. So directly it will go to that particular file. So from one file to another file, I'm just navigating to that particular page, right? So this file I didn't call, I'm not writing any code for this one. Directly I'm calling from another, right? So it is going to this particular file and it is taking a equal to 1, b equal to 2, c equal to a plus b, right? And then if I return that something data here, now you won't see that one. So now you won't see that none value here. Okay, I'm just saying that one. And once again, I'm running that one. See here. You won't see that none value. You will see the output of that particular file. See here, you are getting 3 here. So how it is going on is, so here a equal to 1, b equal to 2, c equal to 1 plus 2, that is 3. So it is written to that particular function. So that's why it is getting the output as 3 here. So you need to understand all the things. So print off. So now keywords underscore Python dot. The same function once again I am calling. Okay. Okay. So here I am trying to comment this particular line now. Okay. Once again I am commenting that particular line. Okay. Now we can see how many times you get the nulls. 2 times you need to get the output nulls. Okay. So see here 2 times we are calling just with without any parameters. That is the reason you are getting none here. So whenever you are using return statement, you are getting the return value to that particular function. Okay. So like that we can use the none keyword also. Okay. So any doubts up to now how we are using all these things, keyword and null? Any doubts? Okay, I'm just continuing. Okay. Okay, fine. Then any other friends? So if I want to get some information, right? So how we can check that one is print off and of keywords. We can check it out like this. Okay, if you run that one now, so see here, there is a list of Python keywords. Enter any keyword to get any more than like false and class, something is there, right? So what I will do is now, so help. So Python I am doing in interpreter here itself. So I am taking help of. So I'm just taking false. So here I can just take the information from here itself. So it is showing a boolean of x. So it will give the output as boolean. Returns true when the argument x is true or false otherwise. So you can get the information here itself. Instead of remembering all the things, you can get the information of the things here itself. See here. So what are the functions? There and all we can use that keyword and all. So in the same way, suppose I need to use once again, you need to click on enter, until that particular function ends. Okay. So now it is entered, right? So I need to find what is the help of as function we can use it. Okay. So help of as function. So it is showing that. So we can use with statement with like that also. The with statement used to grab the execution of the block with methods defined by context manager. So you don't need to remember all these things. I can show you one more example as video. See here. So what is the a function? They are just renaming that one to a here. Okay. So like that we can do that one. So in the same way here I'm doing import keywords underscore, right? Python, right? So instead of that one, I can use as something. I can just keep k. Okay. Then I can access it without giving this name. I can use k dot. K dot file name. We can use access that one. One second. I can remove that one. So you can see after printing file name, you can see this slide, right? The file name it is printing. After that, it is throwing up the errors. Why? Because means that you as keyword is already changed, but you are trying to give the same name. Okay, if I try to change that one also as k dot. Okay, now you will get the one more none function and one more the error also will be there. Okay, see here. So you got the output as none and one more error is there. Keywords underscore Python is not defined. Now if I change that one as also k to k, so now you won't face any issues. Here you are not facing any issue. We are seeing all the outputs here. None, none, and then it is printing up the data also. And for keywords also it is just printing. Right? So that's how we can get the information about each and every keyword. So if you want to get any information, you can just check that help of is function. Right? That's it. So here itself I can explain you help of is function. You can take it if condition and then just get the information about that particular function. So see here the if statement is used for conditional statement. If condition, so if that is a true, it will just print elif condition, else condition. So it selects exactly one of the truth by evaluating the expressions one by one until one is found to be true. So for that, that's how we can get the information about what are the keywords it is doing and all. Okay. So all the things are the same thing. Okay. We'll just check that what is the help function is doing. And also one more thing you need to understand here is so what are the directory function. Okay. To print off DAR function. So DAR function, what it will do is directory. So it will take all the values present in that particular directory. Inbuilt functions also will be there in that particular directory function. If I comment all this particular line from the top to bottom, I can show you this one. Okay, I'm just commenting that those all lines now. I'm just printing print of DAR function. You can see all the inbuilt functions now. Okay, let's see now. All this here we are seeing all the inbuilt functions, right? So we are not seeing any data here. Right now, suppose here I'm giving x equal to 10. So if I run now, it will show the x also variable to that particular directory now. See here. So we are seeing that x also here, right? Including that particular file to directory. So whenever we are updating something, it will add into the directory also. Okay. Now y equal to 20 I assigned. Now it has to come updated to that particular C here. It is updated to the directory. So what is the use of that one means? So whenever we are trying to access the data, so we come to the conclusion that variable is there or not. Suppose here I am just doing so what I can do. So what are the present methods present in list or something like that. So suppose what I can do is print out DAR of list. So it will show up all the methods present in list. Okay, and also one more method I can use is print out DAR of tuple. So what are the methods present in tuple? So if I run that one, you can see all the methods present in all the places. See here. So in this is the list methods what are present in list, and these are the methods present in tuple values. So instead of that one, you can keep some print statement to understand clearly. So printing tuple methods. Okay. So here you can keep it print of printing list methods. For your understanding purpose, I'm just explaining those things. Okay. So now you should try that one. So see here, after printing list methods, these are all the methods present in so list, and then printing tuple methods, it is printing all these methods. So like that, you can get the information here itself. So you know to go once again, you know to remember all the methods, what are the present in that one also. Okay. Now if I want to get information about this count method, what I can do is, so here I can just do it. So in the tuple, some function is there, like count method is there, right? So what I can do is here is, so print off, sorry, here it is print off tuple dot some function is there, right? Count. Okay. We can just check it that way. So what it is doing, method count of tuple objects. You are getting tuple object now. So, but I need the information what it will do. Okay, for that reason, what I can do is print of help of the particular function name. Okay, help of, if I do that one, it will show the information what how we can use that particular functionality also. So see here, written number of occurrences of that value. Okay, so suppose for that one example, I am just taking t equal to, okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3 and again 1 comma 2 comma 3 and 2. Okay, so if I need to find how many number of times the 2 is repeated means, so just go to print of t dot count of 2. I need to give that's it. So it will give the output how many times that 2 is repeated, 2 times now. So it is showing the same thing, written number of occurrences of that particular value. Okay, now we need to get the output as 2 here. See here, we are getting the output as 2. Got it? How it is using? So in the same, all the things we can remember by using these things. You don't need to remember all these methods. You just need to type here and you get the information and you can use that one. And one more method is also there. Index is also there, right? So suppose for that one, I'm just using 1 comma 2 comma 3. Okay, I need to find the index of particular function. Okay, print of t1 dot index of I'm putting. So here, what is the thing? It is showing up the index of x value and for the index of 2 and for. Okay, so it will come something. I can show you that. So see here, index of 2. So that is based on the index value 0, 1, 2, 3, something like that. You can see that one. This is the index of 0, index of 1, something like that. But I am trying to get the index of 2. So 0, 1, right? From left to right, it will take. So just for sample purpose, I am explaining. These things comes under again one more topic is the data structures, tuples, all these concepts for your understanding. I am explaining all these things. How to use all these functions here itself. Okay. So that is the things for the keyword concept. Okay. Any doubts up to now? How we can use the keywords and all? So just ask me if you have any question.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
in tuple, if a number is repeated more than once, and if we want to know the last index of the number, suppose there is, sir, in the variable t, 2 is present 2 times, no, sir.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
If we want to know the last index of 2,
Okay.
how can we know it, sir?
So I can do it this much. T dot count of reverse direction. I can put it. 2, right? You need 2, right? You mean to say?
Yes, sir, 2.
Okay. In the reverse direction, I can put it down. No problem. So you can see here. From the return direction, I'm putting here. -2. Okay. So it will, how many times it is repeated? You mean index find index and right? You are asking.
Sir, how to find suppose if the 2 is repeating 2 times, no, sir, in the variable t.
Okay.
Uh, in the first one, you got the first index, sir. Suppose if you write it t dot index of 2, you will get the first position where the 2 is present. Suppose if you want the last position where 2 is present, how to get it, sir?
It's not possible in tuple.
Okay, all right.
Count method you can do it. So if I suppose one more thing is there, like 1, 2, 3, 4 from the left direction if it is there. So this is the tuple I have taken, right? So if I want to find from the left side, I can take it now. Okay. So if suppose I'm leading on this direction, -3 here, instead of -3, I can put it 2 here. Okay. So there is no way like that you can do it. But one more method is there, from the index method is there like that. So if we come to list it is there, then we can understand that. So index of 2, it is taken again the taking as 1 only here, the value. Okay. Yeah. Any questions other than that? So is it fine then? Okay, fine. So that is the keywords concept total done. So next is Python coding introduction. So how we can do that now? Installation part I already explained here, right? So now I will explain how to install VS Code or Notepad++, whatever you want, PyCharm or whatever it may be. Okay. So just go to here, just new tab. Here go to PyCharm. Here you can search for VS Code. Okay, just search for VS Code. Click on this file. Okay, download Visual Studio Code. So click on down Windows 1. As you are having different things, you can download anything, no problem. So here you can see the download. Automatically the file is downloading now here, right? So as the file is already installed in my system, so once again no problem. I just uninstall that one. No issues. Oh. Yeah, in this one. Just uninstall it. Okay, close that one. Yeah, uninstall it now. It will take some time, 2 or 3 minutes. So in the meanwhile, then start. Okay, that is installed. I'm just double clicking on the particular file. So click on this, I accept the agreement. Click on next. Click on next. So here it is showing that already existed. Would you like to install to the folder entity? Click on yes. So for the first time, you won't see this issue. Okay, why? Because this for my system, it's already the name is there. Okay, it is showing this account. So click on yes, then so that name you need to click. So it is showing up that name. Whatever the name you want, you can keep it that one. No problem. Okay. Next. So you can add these elements. So create a desktop icon. Okay. Add open with code and add this one also you can click it. So click on next. Okay. What is the use of that one? I can show you that one. So click on reinstall now. Okay. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. So installation is done. Launch Visual Studio. Click on finish then. So it will open up the one pop-up for us. Right, on top of this game. So So here, what are the files previously you have opened? The same files is again opening, right? So then you need to go to extensions here. So for that one, you need to search for Python here. Okay, search for Python, and you can install this particular file. So already in my system it is installed. You just uninstall that one. Once again, you can install that one. And disable that one once again. Disable all. And once again, I am enabling. So now if you see this one, I can run that particular file. So first you need to install. Here you can go to extensions and just search for Python. You need to install this particular version. Okay, this one. Okay, you can use all these extensions, but first extension will be this one. So then you can check the Python version also. Okay, just go to Python file here and just closing all these files. Close all and just close it. So I'm just opening terminal here and Python filing, and after seeing this one, you can run that. So here you will get the output, right? In the left side, you are seeing that version. What is the Python version of that one? So right now, what is the Python version of that one? It will show 3.8.7. So under tab name, something is there, right? These and all are the extensions what I installed in this system. I can explain you what are the extensions you read in when we are typing the code and all. Okay. So don't worry about all this. First, we need to install Python version. So how to check that one? Free way. So here also will show the same version. See here, Python 3.87. So here also the same version is showing, right? So that's how we can install the Visual Studio Code. And what are the extension? As of now, we need is only Python extension. Just go to here and just search for that Python extension. If you want to use Python indentation, okay, just go to here and search for what are the things you need. Python indent. Okay, it will show only that particular things. So just go to here and click on install button. It is installing now. It will take 1 or 2 seconds. It will install it in your station. That's it. You don't need to worry about all this. Okay. So that's how the installation of that one. Here we can running that one. If suppose I need to run from the Notepad++, how we can do that one is I just need to open that particular folder from here. I'm just copying the particular file location. So I'm just copying it. Yeah. So reveal in File Explorer, click on that one. Okay. So I'm just copying that particular folder. Okay. Here I go to this particular space. Go to File, open folder as workspace. Okay. You can give this particular folder path. So now you can see that one in the come down part. You can see these files. So Python introduction is there, right? Under that keywords.py file. So you can see the same code here also. Keywords underscore introduction 1.py file. Whatever we typed previously. P1.index up to keywords underscore python.py file is it. What are the condition I have written? Python introduction. So like this one. So now if I want to run from here itself, just click on right click on that particular file, go to here, open command containing folder command path. Okay. Here you can search Python or py anything. Okay. That file name I need to use that one now. Okay. Just running that one. Now we are getting the output as I here. Right. In the same way I can just try it. Py also I can try it. Okay. Py underscore. Now also you are getting the same output. So that's how we can run from the Notepad++. So any other way you can do it, not a problem. And one more thing is you can install PyCharm also. Okay, that one also I actually PyCharm. So already executable file is there. You just go to this file, this location. Okay. Just search for PyCharm. Okay. So from the it will show up something like this. So click on download here. Okay. It will show whether you need to install this one or this one. Optional version is only for the trial period for 1 month. So for no need of trial version, then you can go for the community version. For every 1 month, you need to change this one optional version. But I need to go for community version. Just click on download. Okay. Here. So it will download the particular file for you. So we have already started. I think so. One second, let me check that one. So see here, the file is downloading now. So as my system is already having that one, I'm just opening that particular file. Okay? I'm just opening Python. Yes. Previously it is there. I'm just opening that particular thing. Okay. Open that one. So it is installing now. Please wait while setup is loading. So click on yes. After installing, you need to pause the same thing. Click on next. So click on next. So click on next. Install. Okay. So here you can create the separate folder name also. Like virtual environment, you heard about that one. Maybe who is having some idea on Python, some little bit idea, they can come to know that there is a virtual environment. You can create it automatically here in Python. Okay. So those are some benefits of the Python also. Okay, it will take 2 minutes almost. From starting onwards, just practice it on the tools. So how it is working. So what is the difference between these ideally and all these things? You need to compare these things. No, it's not possible. They are saying that it's not possible to create the group WhatsApp group. It's a violation of the organization purpose. I can't be able to create that. You just need to speak up with the institute guys on it. It's not possible with me.
Okay, as you said before that you can create a group like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I thought that, but they are saying that you can't create like that. They're saying it's not right. But, okay, you can just them also. And they get the income. Why? Because means most of the people who are taking the sections, right? They are keep on continuously calling the student, staff. Okay, so this is the issue. This is the issue what I am facing. Like kind of things they are facing that issue. So that is the reason they are saying that don't give your numbers and all they are saying.
Okay, sir. If whenever if we have some doubt, so whom should we approach, sir?
So in the next section you can ask all the questions. Whenever we are having next section, you can just take a note of that one. Whatever the doubts you are having, just ask in the next section. No problem for that.
Okay, sir.
And give some time for that questions also. No problem. Until 15 to 20 minutes, I can give that for that one. You can answer all those sections, and then next you can continue with the topics.
Okay, sir. Sir, is PyCharm or Studio Code? Is any of this is fine, sir?
Yeah, anything is fine, but you need to compare with what is the thing, which one is very good for you guys. So not for me, I can tell you that VS Code is better. For maybe for you, it will be PyCharm will be better. Depends on the usage of that one. I can't say that one for one person it is VS Code is useful and for one person Python is good. Okay, it's up to us which one we need to do. And just explain how to run all these cases in different IDEs. That's it. It's our that's it. I'm just explaining those things.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So it is showing the previous version. I don't want all those things. Click on this. Do not import settings. Okay. First one. Whenever you are installing that one, you need to click on that one. So this is the fresh installation of the PyCharm now. Okay. So after installation of PyCharm, I can close the system. So tomorrow we can start. So it is taking some time. Let's wait for until that time. So it's open now. So skip remaining set default. Okay, click on that one. So it will open up one pop-up here. So Python will take a lot of time when we are opening that particular thing, but VS Code won't take that much time. It won't take that much. It won't take that much resources. So that is the reason majorly most of the people will use VS Code only. Not preferably they won't use Python. For larger kind of projects will be there, they will use Python. If your system is having 32 GB or 64 GB RAM and all, so then it will be very faster to open that one. So my system is having 16 GB. For that reason also, for that also it is taking the first time. Okay. If you open VS Code, right, even in 1 GB, 2 GB also it will open very fast. It will take more resources than come to VS Code. That is the reason. That's it. So here it is showing create new project to open. So already I have created this file, right? So I just need to open that particular files. I just open those things. So here I can find the particular directory file. So I'm copying this file path to clipboard. I'm copying that particular path. So I just need to click on open. Okay, I'm seeing that particular path here. Okay, introduction dot install dot HTML path. Okay, so now you'll see all the files here also. So looking for virtual environment. See here, previously you are not seeing anything virtual environment, but here it is searching for the virtual environment. So what is the use of virtual environment? Suppose I have to run Python in two different versions. Okay, for one project I need Python version 3.7. For another project I need Python 3.5. So in that case, so in the whole system as of now it is having 3.8.7, right? But I need to use 3.6 and also 3.5 also. In that case, you can use a virtual environment. So what you can do is creating virtual environment, and what is the version you need, you can keep it that version and you can run that particular system. Only to that particular project it is applicable. If I come out that one, it is not applicable. It will take the whole thing as a global one only again. Okay. So click on close here. So it is scanning that particular files to index here. It will take 1 or 2 minutes again. So see here it is showing up. So you can check what is the background feature showing also. You can see here unpacking pre-generated skeleton something it is showing up. So you can just here you can close it, no problem. That is not a problem. Sometimes we don't respond. It is taking larger resources. Okay. No problem. Still it is loading that one, updating skeletons. In the downside, you are seeing that one, progress one. Okay. Until that time, you can't able to run that particular file. See here, it is not at all opening here also. So once it is done, then only it is able to do that. Yeah. Still loading. Here compared to VS Code, it is taking longer time, right? So now it has opened all the files, whatever files we have written that one in that one. Okay, but still it is loading that one, right? So that is the reason you are facing that issue here. Not responding and all. It's still getting loading. Check how much time it is. Not as fun. And just to closing that one, long term again. We process on that is the reason I hate Python. Most of the people will use that system, but I hate Python. It takes a long time to open that. But I need to show that how to run all these things, right? Majorly in the companies, they will use the Python and VS4, right? So depends on the company laptop configurations, it will work. I just load one second. Here it is not allowing my system here. So even though it is having 16 GB RAM, it is not allowing me task manager.
Sir, as you have many apps opened, I think it's not working, sir.
Yeah, no problem. But you should having 16 GB, right? You have to take that one. But the Python is having that much capacity. It is taking that much resources. That is the reason. Other than that, nothing. If you open 10 to 15, also not a problem that one. Yeah. But if you see here, 369, 369.7, 373.72, right? So if you come to Visual Studio Code 382, even that is, but it is opening very speedily, right? When you open that one, it is opening very speed, right? You got my point?
Yes, sir. I am using it now, sir.
Yeah, but it will take a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
That is the thing I am saying. Just explaining that.
Yes, sir. But when working with it, it executes very fast.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing I am saying. I will explain how we execute and log this. Okay. Whenever it is opening, it will take some time. I am explaining that thing. Okay, I can close on this one. Any other resource of that? One or two resources. Okay. I can close this notepad plus.
Sir, I can share link for how to use PyCharm, sir.
And then it is taking that first. Yeah, you can share. But the thing is, I need to explain, right? For them, how to
Yes,
use
sir.
that one and how to build that.
Okay.
It's not like you are sharing. I have the links. Lot of links you get it from. But we need to use how to use that one. We need to know, right?
Yes, sir.
You
Only
get
about
it from
how
the
to,
Google. Okay. But the thing,
only about as your system is tracking now.
installation. Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah, I'm taking all these things. So now it is done. Still it is updating skeleton. So see here, right clicking button is also not. Okay, let's run it now. Let's see how it will run. Mhm. Okay. I'm just closing this on Windows. I'm closing VirtualBox. I'm closing OneNote. Okay, no problem. I'm just running now. So see here, run file in Python console. Okay. We are getting the output here. You will get the output. Import print, import keyword. So keyword list. You will get the output here. See here. So here we are seeing all the functions, whatever it is there. So you can see the special variables also. What is the special variables present in that one? So you can get all the information here itself. Okay. And one more thing you can do it from here is still it is loading that one, right? It will show you some file running that one. But here it is showing lot of time. two process running still. You can check that what is the process running, updating skeletons. Okay. I can continue tomorrow. Once it is done, then we can show that up. Okay. Is it fine for you guys? Almost just taking around 150. Again, it will take, I think, so 5 to 10 minutes. I can explain how to run that down. Please. Just install it once that one in your systems. If you are facing any issues, right, you can see that the issues to mark. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm just working the patient.